Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. So today is going to be lamp working, so working in the flame, creating beads or pendants with hot glass, melting it down and turning it into something. So I'm going to explain real quick what today's video is on. It is on creating, this is my first and only attempt, if I can get it to focus properly. All right, so there we go. We've got it focused properly. I only have done this time. This is implosion. So what happens during the video, I will explain as I'm going along. I do have it sped up because this takes a very long time to do, and it does take a lot of MAP Pro, which is a mixture of propane oxygen for working glass, this particular glass. So here it is, and inside of this green encasing, it is a somewhat see-through glass, so I do not have any clear at this point in time to do what I wanted to do, so I decided to go with the next thing that I had that would work. That is this clear, and it is really cool to do. Now, there is air bubbles here. You'll have to excuse the air bubbles. I've been trying to work through some of that, but if you look inside, here we go. If you look inside the object, there is what was my attempt at making a flower on the inside, and it didn't turn out the greatest, but nevertheless, as I said, this was my first and only attempt at this. I ran out of propane shortly afterwards and have not had a chance to give it another shot. And I am going to order some clear at some point to attempt to do this again. But I wanted to show you my first attempt. So here it is, and it's different. It's fun, it's different, but takes definitely a lot of gas to create this. All right. I hope that you enjoy. That is the outcome of it, and I hope that you enjoy every bit of it. Be blessed, be a blessing, and till next time, bye for now. Okay, so here you're going to see me heating up and melting down some Divardi translucent green. And I'm scraping back all the pieces that popped off. These rods are extremely thick, and they're hand-pulled glass, so they're misshapen. They're not rather small and evenly shaped. However, they're very persnickety and like to throw glass everywhere, compared to some of the other soft glass that I work with, COE 104. So right here, I've heated up quite a gather at the end, and I'm picking up some of the smaller pieces that came off and melting them in just to add to my gather. Now, mind you, I have sped this up tremendously, so it's going to go by pretty quick compared to what it took in real life. All right, so I'm just melting that in. Again, creating a gather, getting it a little bit more uniform and softened. Letting gravity be my help as I am turning the hot glass, slowing down in certain areas, allowing it to settle more central to the rod of glass. Now I just pressed it flat into a disc. Now I'm just heating it back up and kind of smoothing out the edges. Press it again. All right, so now I'm going to start playing with trying to design a flower on the inside. And I have a bunch of different color stringers off to the side, which are very thin pulled glass. And that is a twisty I made of red and white, so I figured I'd just add that in there for, you know, a little bit of extra element. Again, this is my first time doing it. I am practicing and just kind of getting an idea of how this actually works. Here's a little bit of a lilac-y color. Excuse the dogs barking outside. So just changing colors and placing dots. Here's a light blue. This is all the same glass from Devardi. There we go, some light blue. Then I come back in here in a moment with some dark blue and place dark blue on top of that powder blue, well, just off to the side and then on top of the powder blue. Just kind of working my way out, trying to figure this out. All right, so here we go. We're going to smooth it all out, heat it all up, melt it all together. And I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more of the powder blue on top of that dark blue. And back to the dark blue. Kind of a mess going on right there. The thin little pieces usually will burn off as you're melting it down like I am here. The ones that are like fine as hair, they just kind of like melt off and disappear. So what I'm doing now, and I'm sorry my hand keeps getting in the way, I am letting gravity do a lot of the work for me. So I'm heating up basically the top portion of that disc. So that way it can start working its way, and I'm going to pull it a little bit there with the tweezers. And I go back to the heat and heat up some more, trying to let gravity do its thing and pull that disc down around and entrap all of those little dots that I created with the colors of glass. It's going to get entrapped inside of this green translucent glass. And as it's happening, it's doing a lot of, like, I'm using the mashers and the tweezers and pulling it down. What's happening is it's drawing those dots out and elongating them. And like right here, I'm pulling it down with the mashers, just trying to help it curve itself around because, again, it takes forever. But I wanted to get it really to start curve around and start draping down, the hot glass draping down. It takes a lot to get this glass super hot. And excuse my fingers, I was playing with some dyed roving and rinsing it out, and my hands got discolored. There we go. Now we're getting hot and starting to fold down on itself. Again, letting gravity do a lot of the work by holding it at that angle. It's not working itself towards the rod of glass. It's working itself down away from the rod of glass. So letting that gather just kind of drape back down over all of those dots. There we go. It's getting much better. Trying to get it good and hot. Finish it off down there at the end. Now I took the tweezers and I wanted to give it a little pull to see if that would help elongate some of the center dots a little bit more. Again, once this was all said and done, I do have to say I learned a lot, and it's all a learning curve, and this is helping me understand how the glass works to just be able to do a little bit better every time. Now I just attached a pulley to the end, which is just a mandrel, and I gave it a long pull, just kind of draw everything together, hoping to not have any cracking or major problems at the bottom, and just bring it all together. Now I'm just going to flatten that out a little bit. And I'm bringing the pulley back over, going to attach it back to the bottom at that spot where I just flattened it out. And I'm going to start working on heating up and breaking away from the rod of glass. And that glass had gotten cool enough that it popped. And now I've got a chunk of the rod hanging from my glass implosion there. So I'm going to have to break that free. There we go. It's free now. Now I can start working on the bail so that way it can hang from a necklace. Heating it up and melding it to the actual pendant itself, and then working the overall shape of the bail. Make sure that it's good and heated. All right, now I'm going to pull away from the pulley once again, and I did it in the hot form, so that way I could flatten the bottom of it back up and smooth everything out. It's a little hard to hang on to with the mashers because the shape of it. But we're just about done, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Be blessed, be a blessing, and until next time, bye for now, everyone.